At the risk of sounding like a complete crackpot here, because I think when people hear this, and we'll hear this conversation, at the risk of sounding like a complete crackpot here, because I think when people hear this, and we'll hear this conversation, we say the word politicization of, or politicization of the intelligence community, the CIA specifically here, it doesn't feel that far off from American citizens or the American public being the victims of an actual CIA manipulation operation here. Is there a difference? I mean, truly?
Oh, wow,
I,
that's an interesting. I mean, is there a difference? Uh, if there's a difference, I think the difference would be, and I don't know that there's evidence that the agency has done this, but if the CIA covertly tried to influence the American public by creating false documents, issuing propaganda, that would be deeply concerning. What seems to be happening is not the CIA doing anything, it's the
Right.
president doing something and dragging the CIA in behind him as a tool or a weapon. Um, so, there doesn't seem to be evidence here that and maybe there is, I don't know, but at least in what was released, that the CIA was creating uh, intelligence products, certainly analytic products, to support the president's predilections. In fact, the evidence is the opposite, because we know a lot of people have been
Mhm.
fired for reaching analytic conclusions that the president didn't like.
Right.
So now that could change, and that's why the Clayton nomination was so significant. The Pulte appointment was so significant. Is the fear that the people like Julia, who would both have the capability and the willingness to say, no, this is wrong. This is not consistent with what an intelligence organization does in a democracy. They've been chased out or thrown out or gave up or got fired, and they're being replaced.